This is the Hoka Skyward X, and at the time of recording, this is the best rated shoe on Hoka's website. Runners are absolutely raving about the shoe, saying things like, "This is the most comfortable shoe ever, and it was so good I bought 2 pairs." But as always, it's not all smiles, with a few 1-star reviewers in the mix saying, "I feel no stability in this shoe and they feel and look cheap." So I wanted to get this shoe in and see for myself what it's like, put it through its paces and see if it delivers on the promises as a top choice for long runs, because that is how Hoka are billing this shoe. It has this absolutely crazy 48mm stack height at the back. We've got that and a load more to chat about this. So let's get stuck into the Hoka Skyward X review. As always, I bought the shoe 100% with my own money so I could give you those completely honest, unbiased thoughts. And thank you to everyone that supports the channel by liking these videos, subscribing, commenting down below with your thoughts as well. And of course, checking out my website, benparks.com, where we've got amazing running gear, technical tees, hats to help you out on your running. Feel free to use code YouTube10 for 10% off your next order. Right, let's get stuck into the differences between this and the outgoing model. So technically, the Skyward X is a brand new shoe for Hoka, but really it does replace what was known as the Bondi X, which was a carbon-plated version of the Hoka Bondi. Hoka have just basically renamed that to be the Skyward X, I guess because the Bondi X just didn't really sell very well. It was one of the worst shoes I actually ever reviewed, and runners just found it so confusing. And so here we are with a brand new name and a much better shoe, thankfully. The Bondi X had really old EVA foam. The Skyward X has this dual layer PIBA and supercritical EVA foam midsole. It's much more responsive, much softer, and a lot easier on the legs as well. The rocker is just a lot more pronounced at the front of the shoe as well, and it just rolls through the foot stripe a lot smoother than the outgoing Bondi X. Right, let's get stuck into all of the facts and figures. So the purpose of the Skyward X is for your long runs, your easy runs, recovery runs, something that is very happy around about marathon pace or slower, that long run cruiser to look after your legs as you're pounding the pavement to get those miles in. Price wise, this set me back £185 here in the UK, around about €225, $225, 360 Australian dollars, and 280 Canadian dollars. Really quite expensive in the EU and the USA. Normally, we're the ones in the UK that have to pay the higher prices, but for some reason, it's pretty pricey in the States. I don't know why, maybe you do, let me know down in the comments. Stack height at the back, as I mentioned, 48mm stack height. You will notice this. You will be walking around whilst trying this shoe on, feeling like you're absolutely a giant, basically. It's just crazy. It's only a tiny bit more than something like the Super Blast, but I don't notice it in that shoe. You really notice it walking around in the shoe, that stack height. 5mm drop overall. Weight-wise, this is coming in at 378 grams, 13.3 ounces for me in my UK size 12, which was true to size. It's very much on the heavy side. I think this might even be the heaviest shoe I've ever tested. The upper of the shoe is a flat knit upper, just has this sort of sock-like fit to it, really quite nice. Midsole, we've got this dual density foam. The top half under the foot being this really lightweight racing PIBA that Hoka like to use, and then below that we've got that supercritical EVA foam for that added durability. Yes, there is a carbon plate in the shoe. It's really for more stability than that all-out speed. It's sort of this H-shaped carbon plate. Well, a bit more like an X, I suppose, an X-shaped carbon plate that the shoe has. On the outsole, we've got this high abrasion rubber outsole. There are no different widths available for this shoe, which is just really quite annoying to see because Hoka are normally good with that. But I just don't think they're doing wider widths in the carbon plated shoes at the moment. I'm not sure why, but hopefully we'll see them developing that a little bit further into the future. Wider footed runners, you're probably going to want to avoid this one. Narrow footed, regular footed, width people will be fine. There are different men's and women's versions available, and as I said, it was true to size for me. Right, let's get stuck into all of that. Likes. My first like with the shoe is it's just so much fun to run in. It's just a real laugh of a shoe, something that doesn't take itself too seriously. There's so much bounce from this energy saving foam. It also does become even more lively after the first couple of runs of the shoe. It just sort of comes to life after around about 20k or so of training. The heel slip issues from that old Bondi are completely gone. I just couldn't run in that last shoe at all for heel slip issues. This one, that's all gone. Really nice heel counter at the back of the shoe. shoe here. No heel lock lacing needed for me, no slip at all. So yeah, a really nice, much more fun shoe to run in than the outgoing model. My second like with the shoe is it's really smooth. The rocker at the front of the shoe just enables a really silky transition through that foot strike. You just cover the ground with minimal fuss here. It's really happy just cruising along around about marathon pace or slower and doing all of that hard work for you. The foot, as I said, felt really secure, really good lockdown. There's this strap that sort of runs to keep the midfoot really locked down as well, and that just works really well. Lovely padding here in the tongue at the front of the shoe. Really, you can wear the shoe for a very long time. Super comfortable, no hot spots, no blisters, no issues with anything like that. My third like with the shoe, and I have to disagree with that 1-star review from the start of the video. I think the shoe is really well put together, really good build quality, and it feels like a quality product. Personally, I don't really like this aqua fresh type colorway. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. The upper is just really comfortable as well, and surprisingly good breathability in the shoe. Didn't have any overheating issues and getting a good airflow through. To look at it, you wouldn't think that would be the case, but had absolutely no issues. And I particularly like the extra strengthening they've got at the front of the shoe here. This is going to really help with that durability. I think this shoe will last a very long time. At the key wear points at the front of the shoe and around the heel area here, it's just going to hold out really well. It feels like a really good quality, well put together product. And my fourth like here with the shoe is, yes, of course, this shoe is primarily designed for running with a plate and these high-end racing foams here. But we always get a lot of people that watch our Hoka reviews that aren't runners and they just want a nice, comfy, casual shoe. And this has been really comfortable for me for wearing casually out and about here in London. It's been good for wearing for long periods of time, traveling around. When you just want that ultimate pillow-like comfort, the high stack of the shoe does take a little bit of getting used to, because as I said, you just feel so much taller, and the plate in the shoe does help with that stability as well. If you're just static or maybe standing around all day, you're in a type of work environment where you do need to be standing for long periods of time. And although yes, it is very expensive, it does work really well for a casual shoe as well. Right, let's get stuck in to my dislikes. My first dislike with this shoe is just that all-out bulkiness and heavyweight nature of it. Coming in for me at nearly 400 grams per shoe, it really is quite crazy. And yes, you really do notice that out on the run. It's looking after your legs quite nicely, and it has got a lot of positives, but the negative side of that is it's just in this massive package. My second dislike with this shoe is it just has that limited type of use. It really excels at marathon pace, easy pace, and recovery jog pace. It likes to go out for those relaxed runs to look after your legs, but it's really hard work if you want to pick up the pace anything faster than marathon pace in the shoe due to its weight. And the plate really doesn't add an awful lot speed wise in this shoe. It's really primarily there for that stability. So if you want to be thinking that, can I do it everything in this shoe, 5Ks, 10Ks, half marathon, speed work, thresholds, you really do not want to be doing that in a shoe like this. This is something that is just happy, plodding along, ticking off those Ks, munching those Mars. Just don't ask it to go very fast. And then my third dislike with this shoe is just, as I say, in the US and EU, quite a high price for a very specialist type shoe. So who should be looking at the Hoka Skyward X? Well, it's a really good option for any heavier runners out there who can appreciate that extra stack height with a shoe and that plate underneath as well. This foam here is never going to bottom out, or just that really good solid marathon training shoe for people that may be doing some easy pace, marathon pace, easy pace on their long runs. It's really going to excel at things like that. Or simply for someone that just wants a nice comfy shoe for their running and isn't worried always about how fast they're running, just wants to put something on that's dependable, happy, joyful, bouncy, exciting, and they just want to go out there and enjoy their runs, and it's a really good option to look out for, because I'm all for that. Coming up next, we've got our best long run compilation video that will be up here. That'll actually be in a few days, so it might not be live there yet, but it will be in a few days, so check out that there. And this shoe will definitely feature in my best long run shoe option. That's it, guys. Keep on working hard. Let me know your thoughts all about the Skyward X. Keep on getting it done, and we'll see you very soon in the next one.